All right. Hello. Good afternoon, and welcome to Philosophy, Bullshit, and Complaints. This is our first ever live episode, and just give me a minute to inform the girls about what we are doing right about now. I look a fucking mess, and oh the fuck well. Okay. Let me close my window and take my medicine. It's cold as fuck in here. I'm trying to get this to sit properly. Okay, we like that. Um, take my rollers out for the time being. Look, friends. Look. It's been a day. It's been a fucking day. I'm ready to not exist anymore. The dumbest time of the year. For some reason, everyone always forgets about poor people, people struggling with things. Okay, let me share this. There's so many things that I'm working on currently, and I just don't have I really don't have the time, to be frank, or the energy. Is taking so much out of me to make sure that again, so many things that I need to do. So many things I have to do. It's already 2 o'clock. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Um. Okay, let me. Okay, this is what I was looking for. This is what I was looking for. But yeah, it's so many fucking things that I need to do. Um. So many things I need to do. So many projects. So many ideas. It's just a lot, and I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. I don't have none of it, to be quite honest with you. Can I do a background? No. Okay, I don't care. I just want to share the shit with the people. Honestly. All this dumbass shit that you gotta do just to stay relevant on the apps. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Mm-mm. Why can't I just add a background? Like, why? Why do y'all want me to use AI so bad? See what I'm saying? Like, this world gives no fucks about. This world gives no fucks about those of us who struggle with resources and connections and all these other things because. And I just recently seen that one of those towns with the AI data center is fucking abandoned because of the shit that they're draining from the actual residents, like water, mainly water, which I don't know if you guys knew is a fucking okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted, and it's okay because nobody's in here right now anyway. But it's just like nobody is fucking concerned about the rest of the population. If you are not like eugenics and all those other isms are very real, and I can't think off the top of my head because I haven't even smoked any weed yet, but they're very real because if you're not rich, if you are not spending lots and lots and lots of money, if you are not going to fancy restaurants, if you are not able to go to the expensive concerts, if you're not able to wear the expensive designers or or just shop regularly, have fresh new clothes, if you're not able to if they don't see you as materially valuable or monetarily valuable, people will act like you hold no value in life. People will act like you do nothing and they don't give two shits. And it's frustrating because I matter even if I don't have extra spending money, even if I'm not buying luxury items, even if I can barely afford a can of beans. Because that's a true story today. Was thinking about trying to make chili, can't afford it. I just can't. Just can't. It's very frustrating. Not to mention when you are already, down and out, then you got to be forced to deal with isolation. And granted, at this point, fuck it, I'm accepting it. Like if that's the wave, isolation, individualism, I'm gonna just embrace it because I'm getting nothing out of trying to plead my case or explain why it's not the like. If you think it works for you and you prefer it, or you're just conditioned to 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 focus on yourself and that's it, and to stay in your own little bubble and that's it, and and I get it. People who are struggling in life, people who are not the most happy people all the time, um kind of unable to see the good things, the bright and the shiny things. I get it. It can be a lot, but I don't think anybody truly understands just how discouraging it is to realize that people don't want anything to do with you, or people go out of their way to avoid you, or people go out of their way to be quiet and leave you in silence because your energy is too much. No one considers struggling is too much. Being isolated is too much. Being alone is too much. Begging people that are supposed to care about me to at least help me out and they refuse is too much. It's too much. Knowing that despite the shit that you go through, because you chose to have these relationships and you chose to be in these people's lives and allow them into your lives, when they call you, you show up in any capacity that you can. If that's just to sit on the phone with you, if that's just to text you back and forth every day that you need to, whatever you need, I got you, because we cannot do this shit in life alone. And I can't be a person out here saying, help me, help me, help me. And I'm ignoring other people asking for help. Or I'm acting like I don't know that they are still in need of help. And maybe that's a neurodivergent thing or autism thing. But if I didn't update you, the situation is still what the situation is. I still have the same job. I'm still suffering from the same, lack of income. I'm still neurodivergent as fuck. I still live alone. I still don't have all of my rent money. I still, you know, don't have anyone who gives a fuck about what I create. You see, we sitting here talking to ourselves right now, which is absolutely fine. It's Friday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So maybe people are at work or they are working. Great. But we got to call a thing a thing. Because what I refuse to continue to do going into 2026, if I even make it there, is I forgot what I'm supposed to be doing. Is I'm not falling for the bullshit anymore. I'm absolutely not falling for the bullshit anymore. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, anyway. I'm doing the absolute best that I can. And bitch, how is this supposed to work? Oh, I gotta use. Yeah, that's not gonna work for me. Anywho, 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 um, I just need a second. I just need a second. Obviously, this has been a rough week for me, and a lot of it has to do with like in the moments when I need like active support, because people get frustrated with me for acknowledging the reality of the situation. But I haven't talked to you in a week. I haven't talked to you in 5 days. And like, I don't like to be a burden. I don't like to be a bother. If I reach out to you or we have a little conversation exchange and I don't hear back from you, I'm gonna leave you alone for the time being, especially if I'm in the midst of uh, a stressful mind state. And the last time we convened, or whatever the case may be, we didn't get anywhere really, because you weren't trying to hear all that. You didn't really have anything to say. You didn't know what to say. Um, you were in the midst of dealing with your whatever the case may be. So it's kind of like, if I already have limited people, and then those limited people are not able to jump in, and that doesn't mean all the time, but right now, and it's more likely than not that I have to wait for people to be available and interested in helping me versus just reaching out and saying, hey, and knowing that somebody's going to come. I don't think anybody is a bad person. I don't think anybody's a bad person. I don't think that, um, you know, they don't care about me at all or any of this shit like that. It's just that I don't have the luxury of having a support system that is here in my orbit. I have to wait for convenience. I have to wait for time to align. And from my understanding, maybe I'm crazy, but from my understanding, that's not really a thing when you have a support system, when you have a group of people that rally around you and support you in those things. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. But I feel like it doesn't really, I don't know. It doesn't quite make sense to me. Hold on. I'm trying to figure this shit out. And I'm very hungry right now. Cannot wait to eat my snacks. No, go back. Okay, there we go. Mm, okay. Anywho, um, hmm, I'm losing my mind a little bit. Please, old. And granted, maybe I do pay a little bit too much attention to um everybody else, but it's not for the sake of comparison. It's research. It's for understanding because people will tell you what you want to hear, or they'll tell you what they think is the right thing to say, but you learn so much more by observation. Because one thing I've learned from very early on is that people are creatures of habits. They have patterns. And it's very rare that they steer from their patterns. And so, even if they're not intentionally thinking like, fuck you, I'm ignoring you, whatever, it is a pattern of behavior that I have come to expect in certain situations, in certain spaces. It just is what it is. Again, that doesn't mean these people are necessarily bad or horrible or evil. For me, it just means that I haven't found where I belong. And that doesn't mean that I don't have people in my life that don't love me and care about me, but also, like, I just kind of feel like, why am I not allowed to have a group? Why am I not allowed to have, like, why am I supposed to just accept the scarcity? Why am I just supposed to accept that 9 times out of 10 I can't call and depend on outside help? I just have to kind of put the word out there and see if anybody's available, you know? And that's not a thing that people have to deal with me. You call me, I'm answering. Period. That's how I operate. Because my thing is, unless I'm like dying, like super physically ill, my phone is broke, whatever, I just feel like that's my responsibility. I chose to be in these relationships. I chose to have these relationships. And in order to cultivate and maintain, enhance all these good things, I have to tend to my responsibilities. And I'm responsible for a whole lot more than just being there to have fun or being there to do an activity together. Like, I'm there to have a relationship with you. I care about you. I saw a video on Instagram earlier this week that I reposted that said to love someone is to treat them as yourself or as an extension of you. And that's literally how I feel about people that I care about. I don't get the granted, yes, I do come first. Self-preservation is important because if I'm not available to do anything, then I can't offer anything to other people. But at the same time, I would never just be like, oh well, you're going through something right now. So I would never treat the people I love like that. And granted, I probably treat them a little bit better than I do myself because I struggle with like existential crises and 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 just feeling like people don't like me as much as they do. If they do like me at all, they love me and they tolerate me, but they maybe not. I struggle with those thoughts. That's like a thing that naturally occurs in my brain, has my whole life. Trauma response. I'm sorry, I really need to finish this now. I'm very hungry. Like very, very. I need to put a track right here because I damaged my hair in the front. So every time I go outside, this part swells and gets all frizzy. But whatever. Still cute. Best snack ever. Anyway, everything sucks. But enough about me in particular. I would like to discuss the current state of the world, right? Because I could talk about me all day till I'm blue in the face. And the reality is that I personally don't think it's wrong for me to state the reality of being alone. Um, it is not my intention to hurt anyone or offend anyone or make anybody feel bad. It is only my intention to speak my truth because I'm a person who processes through communication. So it's for me more than it's to send a message to anybody. That's one. It's for me to work through my thoughts. And a lot of times when I hear the shit out loud, it makes it easier for me to manage whatever bullshit is going on in my brain. That's why when I'm around the people I care about, they're like, oh, she's just trauma dumping. No, I'm processing. I am processing out loud. And I'm so sorry that that's the way my brain works. I really am. I really am. And maybe if I didn't lack so much, or maybe if I could just perfect the art of perception, I wouldn't give a shit and I would stop caring about the fact that I'm lonely and I would find other things to embrace. But because there is so much lack and, all the other things, it's hard not to pay attention to the shit. I mean, I don't know what y'all want me to do. God damn. God damn. Okay. Okay, let me stop distracting myself. Anywho, the state of the world right now is some bullshit, right? So capitalism was always a problem. For one, it further perpetuates white supremacy, misogyny. Take it a step further, it perpetuates and promotes individualism, selfishness, which is not self-care, right? So there are times when you should be focused on yourself, right? But this this self-care regimen of being a selfish person and only being worried about yourself is not healthy, and it's not self-care. It's inconsiderate, it's non-humane. You can do it if you want to, but we gotta stop trying to make it seem like it's a positive, and it's not. Too much toxic positivity in the world, and I can't stand it, frankly. I can't stand it at all. Um, I'm trying not to get distracted. I'm so sorry, you guys. This is what happens. This is what happens. This is the day in the life of me being a creative. This is what I go through. Trying to put stuff out there in the world, because the reality is I have a million thoughts running through my head. I have so many things that I'm supposed to be doing. I don't have that much time. I only have like a couple days a week where I'm not like stuck at work. God damn it. This is too much. I need this is too much. But anywho, and it's just increasingly getting worse. The state of the world. The individualism, the selfishness, the lack of compassion and understanding for other people. Everyone is very, very, very self-centered in a way that they don't care if they maintain relationships, which is like, why are you even in them if you don't care about them? They don't care if they're harmful or um, um, rude to others. They don't care if they're unnecessarily mean and dismissive. Um, and I feel like there are ways to be honest about who you are and what matters to you without being a cunt. And there's a difference if you just enjoy being a cunt. Then what the fuck can I say to you? At least you're honest about it. You're upfront. You're not trying to pretend to be some good person or a decent human being when you in fact are not. Um, but and I talk about this all the time. Social media, the internet, it's ruined everything. Fascism has ruined everything. And what I mean by that is we have too much access, right? And when things are based on algorithms, then we're constantly having things shoved in our face that the algorithm thinks that we want to see or relate to things that we want to see. And so we get stuck in this bubble of information that is constant, that is nonstop, that never ceases. And it's overstimulating. It's stressful. It's anxiety inducing. Then on top of that, because we have easier access to all of this information. Now you're able to see opinions at a more rapid and increasing rate. You're able to see these niche um shitty communities with bad takes and horrible opinions who aren't smart but think they are. And again, all this information, and there's fact checked information out there on the internet, but then there's a lot of not fact checked information out there on the internet. So motherfuckers will just spew shit. Like Megan said, uh 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 plain background, big bold text. People will just automatically will take everything that they come across on the internet as fact because it has been deemed the information highway. Everything that you find on it is supposed valid information, and it is not. A lot of the times people are just spewing things from their perspective and their belief system, and that isn't necessarily truth, or it's not truth for everybody. um and then to make it worse, because everyone is worried about surviving, everybody's worried about making it to the next day, or rather being the top percent of people, because now we have like a scarcity belief. There's so much information out there in the world, but for whatever reason we have accepted that so much information, so much resources, so many different community groups and thought spaces and all these other things, but for whatever reason it is still put into our heads that everything in life is scarce and is limited, and um we don't have as many options as we think we do. The pickings are slim, and we got to get in where we could fit in. And we'll step over other people. We'll belittle other people. We'll position ourselves as above other people because the appearance of having more and being better than is what helps you go further along. You don't actually have to be truly wealthy. You don't actually have to be really successful. You don't actually have to have the skills required or necessary for the job at hand. All you have to do is make it look good. And that is enough to get people to sign off, invest, support. And we wonder why there are so many scams popping up, because we allow ourselves to be scammed and played with. We want to be scammed and played with. We prefer the bullshit over things that are real because we're so focused on being better than what's already in place. We're so focused on being above the next person and being able to say that I have authority over you, I have possessions over you, I have power over you, because those few places and powers at the top have convinced us that resources are scarce, that success is only for the few dedicated people. And if you want to align yourself and become a part of those spaces, then you must behave in those ways. You must follow those belief systems. You must go along to get along, even if it's not things that you actually believe in. And that's crazy to me once I realized that people literally will live full lives behaving in ways and upholding systems that don't really mean shit to them just so they can get welcomed into the groups. The groups with the money, the groups with the power, the groups with the connections. It don't matter if you like these people. It don't matter if you respect these people. It doesn't matter if you believe in the work that they're doing. None of that matters. The only thing that actually matters is that you are aligned to people and spaces that give off the appearance. They glamour us to believe that they are glamorous. And I'm using those words specifically. We'll get into that later. So now we have a trajectory of everything consistently going downhill. The more that we have this information in front of our face, the longer that these things go on, the more spaces that make it a requirement to meet these arbitrary standards that really mean nothing for real and don't even apply to the tasks or jobs at hand. The more people start to adopt this mindset and this ideology, the more people decide that, well, I gotta go along to get along. So even if it's real over here, I'm going to align myself with over here. I'm not going to acknowledge over here. I'm not going to respect over here. I'm not going to support over here. At least not out loud, because that is not what people want to see. This is what people approve of. This is what people find worthy of respect and power and success. And so even if this goes against what I in my heart know is right, or even goes against my personality, this is what's going to enhance my life materially. So I can be spiritually bankrupt and lonely and and lacking in the small things, the little things, the important things in life, because I got money, I got power, I got clout. That's all I need. Now people are stuck in a cycle of abandoning their truths, abandoning their passions in order to not just get along, but to be perceived as powerful, successful. Remember, you gotta position yourself above people. Otherwise, it don't mean shit. It ain't worth shit. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. We don't even want to work with people because they have talents that we respect, because they inspire us or are aligned with our creative beliefs and the vision we have for the finished product that we want to put out into the world. We will dumb down our art. We will abandon the truth of our art. We will completely abandon the type of art that drives us to make shit that we don't care about and other people really don't care about either, but it makes money. It's marketable. It's sellable. It's an easy gimmick. So yeah, everybody's uninspired. Yeah, Everything is a remake. Everything is a stale copy. All of the industries are streamlined. They're all acquiring one another. They're all transforming their brand aesthetic into what everyone else is already doing, because no one is individual now. No one wants to be different. The only thing that matters is capital and power and notoriety, and you gain those things in today's world by following a formula, because we have so much access to things, people's opinions all the time, and critiques all the time, and knew this and knew that. The celebrities are influencers now. Those are the people who are the most influential in the zeitgeist. And it doesn't even matter if they're intelligent. It doesn't matter if they're creative, they're talented. It doesn't matter if we enjoy participating in their community. All that matters is that this gets us closer to the life of luxury and glamour by association. It's in now to like this. That's so 2020, whatever. This is 2020 now. Okay. That's late. That's old. That's whatever. How you gonna call me lame? And I got 100,000 followers and all the hottest social media baddies wearing my brand or shopping my brand, or none of that shit matters. That doesn't lame you. Looking like something, having a bunch of vapid people who don't care about important things follow you, that shit is not, that's not cool. That doesn't unlame you. That doesn't make you a joy to be around. That doesn't make you funny. That doesn't make you interesting. That doesn't make you cool. I mean, granted, yeah, we're human beings and we have eyeballs. And a lot of life is visual for us. But at the same time, there's stuff underneath that. And because we are human beings, we need more substance to be fulfilled, to grow, to advance. We need more substance. The surface is not enough. There has to be more things underneath that make sense for us to connect with. And not forced connection either, because we shop at the same places, we co-opted the same aesthetic. Even if that's not you, everyone's a baddie now. And I mean, everyone does not fit that particular aesthetic. They don't. Look at me. I look 12. I have my glasses on. I have my little flexi wild curls. I look youthful. I look like a cutie patootie. It's not giving sex symbol vixen, but that's what all of us are being told that we're supposed to want to look like. And I even have moments where I'm feeling insecure because I don't look like that. And I'm constantly being barraged with, that is the standard look today. That is the acceptable look. That is the look that gets praised. That is the look that gets booked. That is the look that gets supported. That is the look that gets shared. That is the look that gets complimented. And I can know what I'm capable of and what I am qualified with all I want. But the reality is that despite what you selfish, self-serving, self-centered ass bitches say, and I'm pretty sure y'all only operate like that because either you were raised that way or your life's experiences condition you to start being that way because you were tired of being the weak one, the soft one, the one that felt like they were missing out or losing out or getting taken advantage of. I forgot my thought. Oh yes. But you people who think it's normal behavior to just walk around lacking any type of compassion or concern for people, being burnt out from caring about others, all this other dumb shit y'all be saying right now. Damn, I do not remember what I was saying. Fuck me. It's always the ADHD moment. Anywho, that's not helpful. That's not a way to be. That doesn't ensure your success and your growth in life. And more importantly, it doesn't contribute to the collective whatsoever. And what I mean by that is collective thought, societal acceptance and tolerance, which matters because we all have to live here together. So now we got a group of people who are just pushed to the side. Now we got a group of people who are just ignored. Now we got a group of people who are angry and afraid and begging because y'all want us to believe that a normal standard is hate everybody, only love yourself. You can have friends, but any minor inconvenience, they're cut off and you don't care, and it wasn't that important to you anyway. Why were you even friends with them? Why were you even in a relationship with them? Convenience? To have something to do? That's dumb. That's lame. You got bitches, and I'm talking about that Matt Brown girl. You got bitches out there who want to be so um fake intelligent and contrarian that they'll support people like Candace Owens because they're intelligent and they speak eloquently and they don't follow trends. So having a moral compass is a trend. Being sick and tired of white supremacy is a trend. Of course it is to you because you benefit from it. You benefit from the aesthetic. You benefit from the superficialness of it all. And then constantly the responses to the valid critiques about your stupid opinion is that you're cute and you're sexy and you have money. Okay. You guys suck as people. You have no good personalities. None. None. And the truth is, a lot of y'all aren't even good for relationships. People just want to benefit from your image and your social capital. People want to go to the club, get drunk, go out the country, turn up, be an Instagram baddie. They want all of that. Where the fuck are you going to be in 20 years? I can guarantee you not here. Because one thing remains true, even though we've been stuck in this bullshit for a little while now, it gets old. It gets old very fast. And we cycle new people in and out on a regular basis. It's not valuable enough. It's not different enough. It's not unique enough. It's not interesting enough for people to continue to support, to engage with, to care about. Oh yeah, somebody else is doing something bright and shiny like them from 5 years ago. Okay, let me hop onto this one because that was so 5 years ago, and this is now. That's how you operate. There's no respect, and then we tell people your plight in life doesn't matter. I don't care. Figure out a way to be socially valuable, to add some kind of clout to my life, my business, my brand, to get your material goods up and fit the popular aesthetics of the time so that you can have some acceptance and some support. Never mind that you don't have the access, you don't have the resources. Some things are just naturally not you. You're trying to be honest, you're trying to be authentic, you're trying to be true to your vision. You take your craft seriously, you studied. Or you struggle, you're afflicted with things. You're poor, you're physically disabled, you're mentally disabled. You don't have family, you don't have friends, you live in a place where you're isolated. You're forced to work jobs that don't give you a work-life balance. So on and so forth. And we just say, okay, well, figure it out. Or just stop. Or just do. Or just. And I'm so sick of the ableism. No one ever considers the difficulties of anything. And just because you had a different experience, no one considers the difficulties of anything. Make it make sense. All of that to say, Pantone's color of the season or the year, whatever, is white. The internet and social media is so influential on our mind states and how we operate and how we move through life, whether it's our passions, our relationships, our look, because we want to align ourselves with that is most popular, most accepted, most supported, even if it's fraudulent, even if it's delusions of grandeur and not the good kind, even if it's manipulative. We also get more access to people's hate. Again, I've been talking this whole time about the selfish people, the people who constantly um, let us know how they don't care about their relationships. They don't care about having friends, even though they do have them. They don't care if you love them or not. They're only worried about romance, or they're only worried about money, or they're only worried about themselves. And anything outside of that means literally nothing to them. You can never affect them. You can never hurt their feelings. You can never make them sad. All you can do is irritate them because you are inconveniencing them and they are not interested in anything that is an inconvenience to them. They're not compromising, they're not tolerant, they're not accepting, they're not doing none of that. This is their life, and if you want to be in it and get nothing from them in return, then these are the rules and regulations. And in addition to that, you got people's political ideologies in your face all the time. You got people's um, racial ideologies, economic ideologies. You got people because of the state of having to look like something or appear to be something, even if you're not. Everybody's a broke bitch. Everybody's too poor. Everybody's too this. Everybody's very high class and very uppity and very, ooh, that's too poor for me. That's too low budget for me. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. It's not good enough unless it is obnoxiously expensive, unnecessarily expensive. I don't care if I just spent money that I shouldn't have spent and I could have got good quality at a lower price. It's the price tag that is going to give off the appearance that I'm trying to give off to the public. So my social capital stays where I want it to be. So people continue to think that I'm important and I'm special and I'm better than them. Mix that up with, why are black people like this, and why are Indian people like this, and Muslims this, and Latinos that, and Asian people this, and gay people that, and transgender people this, and 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 only women can like, just all the hateful things you could think of are constantly in our face. And so now more people are comfortable with being open about their hate. At first you would just have those like niche communities that people would drag and be like, oh my god, the racists over there, the ignorant bitches over there, the incels over there. And now it's just acceptable, which is why you have girls like that Matt Brand lady who think it's okay to be like, well, because anti blackness and white supremacy and all this other shit is more acceptable in today's age, and I want to make sure that I secure the brand deals, because this is the thing: you'll get booked by the racists, you'll get booked by the hateful people, because you might be bringing your audience to them, or they might be trying to get something out of you. You'll get a coin from them for the time being, but that's not actual respect. That's not an actual partnership. That doesn't mean they're not going to fuck you over down the line. That doesn't mean when you stop being a value to them that you're not going to get brushed off, because you don't matter for real. The way you walk out here treating everybody else in your life as just passive relationships to utilize for the time being until you're not interested anymore or they inconvenience you or whatever, that's how you will be treated. That's how you'll be treated. Once they get all us poors, all us blacks, all us homos, all of us, whatever, out of the way, who do you think is left? When they get all the poor blacks out of the way, you don't think they're going to come for the rich blacks? They don't like black people. So y'all are really selling your imagination and your creativity, or you're selling us bullshit because you have no creativity and no talent and no skill, because idiocy and hate is what's prevalent at at the time. People are more comfortable, especially the people in power, are more comfortable with being honest about how they actually feel. And so, again, to align yourself with the powers that be, so you can at least seem as though you are in the same group or level playing field as them, so you can try to connect with the people that support them, is by jumping on the bandwagon. And then in 15 years, when no one fucks with you, you're going to be crying to us on YouTube or Substack or whatever, telling us how you can't believe you were so ignorant and dumb and fucked up and sold yourself for a coin and now you don't have it. And like, miss me with it because it's going to happen. And at that point, I no longer care. I no longer care. I no longer care. We don't make original movies anymore. We don't make original designs anymore. There's not an original home aesthetic, style aesthetic. Everyone is doing the same thing. And even if we all can relate in a way and have similar ideas, we're literally copying and pasting what the next person did instead of using that as inspiration and and expressing our personal interpretation of it, because we believe that individual vision is meaningless and pointless and useless, because the algorithm has told us in order to get the views and the numbers, you got to do what everybody else is doing, because this is what's selling right now. Instead of utilizing that as a tactic to find different avenues to present your uniqueness in ways that can be appealing to these groups, we've all just adopted the same appearance, same look, same all of that. So yeah, we're unimaginative, we're uninspired. There is no feeling behind the art. There is no differentiation in the art. Everything is dead behind the eyes, for real. And then you got people who are struggling to create meaningful art, even though they haven't sold themselves to bullshit, because we don't have anything to inspire us. We don't have anything to invigorate us and breathe life into us. Everything is a fucking money scheme. A money scheme and an appeal to capitalism and white supremacy so that you can be marketable and sellable. The color of the year is white in 2025. I'm sorry, 2026. White. How bland. How bland. Current state of arts and entertainment now. Bland. Because people are afraid to try stuff new. And it's crazy to me because, prime example of this, we see even the low budget crappy movies will have popularity on Tubi. Why? Because people are trying new stuff. They're creating, they're utilizing their vision to come out with something. Even if the execution is not 1000% perfect and it doesn't look like a blockbuster film, there's some aspect of entertainment in it. There's some aspect of likability in it because it's authentic. It's different. It's not the same mundane shit. Copy, paste, and repeat. That shit gets old. That shit gets dead. It might be exciting for like 5 seconds because of the names involved, because of the aesthetic involved, because of the people behind it that are putting it out. And then it's we forgot. We moved on. We're not interested anymore. Because there was nothing there to keep our interest. Like, hello? Hello? Color of 2026 is white. White. After we're stuck in a political regime that is being very overtly fascist, that is very overtly trying to enact a dictatorship and take us back to the times where the rich and the whites could do whatever they wanted, mistreat whoever they wanted, and continue to live life in peace and happiness while the rest of us suffer. And because that is trickling down into everything, we're letting Netflix monopolize all the streaming apps. And quiet as it's kept, it's because people don't want to sign up for Netflix anymore. People have been not using Netflix because they don't allow us to share accounts anymore, and they've raised the price and added commercials. And so they're going to force us to be a part of the Netflix family by acquiring all the other apps that we use. I already spend this much money on this, and so all these other ones got to go. Okay, well, I'll just buy it. And now I've lost no money. I've made more. When you're already rich as fuck and you're already putting out garbage content in the first place. The people don't want content. I know that y'all think that the people want content and the people think that they want content too. But the reality is the people want art. They want life. They want imagination. They want color. They want beauty. Those are the things that people will hold with them for years to come. Those are the things that will be rewatched and re-listened to and brought back up. They will be referenced in newer art. Not this bullshit. And now y'all have run classics into the ground that I don't want to see another remake. I don't care how good it was. I don't want to see another remake. I don't. There have been some remakes prior to this new age of copy and pasting to guarantee a paycheck instead of using your imagination and your creativity, which could be risky because you know for a fact that people will buy this. People will buy a lot of things, especially if you package it right. But you know what? What do I know? Thank you for watching Philosophy, Bullshit, and Complaints, where we philosophize, talk bullshit, and complain because fuck your toxic positivity. And if you see the chat, I have linked my GoFundMe. Me and my cats are trying to avoid homelessness. It is winter. We live in DC. We do not have family. We are struggling artists with a full-time job, not making enough money. And so it will mean the world to me and my baby girls if you could please help us. Until next time.